Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a bit more of a shorter video. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make an overhead video rig. Now my setup is the budget version. I'm going to teach you guys how to build the rig for only around $40. Now this setup is very useful if you intend to do something like with an overhead view of what you're doing. Maybe you're trying to do a drawing class, you need to teach your students, or maybe you're doing a cooking class, you need to have a top-down view of whatever you're showing to your audience. So this is going to be a very cheap and very effective setup. Now this setup is only going to cost you around $40. All of the items needed will be down in the description down below. Now the first thing that you're obviously going to need is of course a camera. Now personally I prefer using an action camera, even better if it's a GoPro, because it's light, it's very rugged and robust, has a nice wide field of view, and you don't have to worry about autofocus. But if you're just starting out, you can always use your phone, there's really no problem. Just get an attachment which has a 1/4 inch screw hole so that you can attach lights and other things to the phone. Now another thing you're going to need is obviously an LED light. Now I'm using an Endeavour RGB light, but you don't really need to use an RGB light. You can use whatever LED light as long as it has the white color and the yellow color option. I'll leave some of the links down in the description below, and try to get at least one that has 100 and above LED. This is optional. You can get this PVC plastic background paper. This is mainly used, you can get a variety of colors. I recommend getting the white, blue, grey, something neutral. This is used as a background. So if you have a dirty table, you can just cover this on top. Now this is the main component of the build. This is a flexible arm. Mine, I bought, the brand is from Ulanzi. There's also a few other ones from Endeavour, and other brands are also available. Doesn't matter as long as you get this type of arm with the ball and socketed joint. Because the reason I recommend this instead of the usual, the microphone boom arm, is that because this is a lot more secure and this can hold a lot more weight. I think that adjusting this one is also less finicky. This, as you can see, is made of metal, so it's a very solid construction. Now assembling all of these items is super easy. You can see there are 1/4 inch holes on each of the segments, so you just attach it one by one. There's 3 components, there's 3 parts, so you just attach it and just adjust it as needed. I suggest bending each of the arms to the 90 degrees angle. Now going back to the camera, first of all, it's very important that you attach the lighting to the camera that you're using. For my case, I'm using a GoPro because, like I mentioned before, I like the wide field of view and the simplicity in terms of you don't need to worry about focusing, because usually when you're using a GoPro, everything is in focus. Lighting is also another thing that I find it very important. I will show later the difference between good lighting and bad lighting. Now if you don't have a GoPro, that is also fine. However, you need to find a mount to place the phone and then place the light on top of the phone. Now we're going to start the process of mounting the arm to the table. Firstly, loosen up the clamp. Place the PVC paper on top of the table. Find clamps and secure it to the table. And also open the clamps for the arm, and like previously, secure this one also to the table. And lastly, secure the camera to the end of the arm. And just like that, we now have a working overhead camera setup. Now I did mention previously earlier in this video the importance of using proper lighting. Now you can see this is just using my ceiling light. Basically I'm just using my house light with no additional lighting. You can see that it's actually quite dark. Even though you feel that it's bright, it's actually quite dark, and the picture looks very gloomy and the picture looks very noisy. Now this, by comparison, is when you use the LED panel on top of the camera. You can see there's a stark difference. You can see the item very clearly. There's very little noise in the picture. I mean, this is a very simple setup. It's not perfect because you can see that the light is actually quite harsh. A more ideal setup would be you're using something like a light with a softbox. That would make the light softer, but that would complicate the setup. But I might do that kind of setup guide in the future. But for now, I'm just trying to keep it simple, and this is the result that you get using a normal small LED panel light. You can see there's a very large improvement. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful to you guys. If you find this video useful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And otherwise, see you guys next time. Ciao.